Ooh, this map, where I get to punch things violently, over and over and over. This is actually the map I used to test out fraps and my compression, make sure everything works alright. But yeah, like I was saying before, I have fonder feelings for Episode 2 than I do for Episode 1. I just kind of like it better, and I like Episode 2 styled stuff more than Episode 1. Although, you know, Episode 1's tech-based style is definitely enjoyable, and I am well aware of, you know, exactly why it's a staple, because, you know, John Romero's style is just really, it's really notable. And, you know, it's great, you know? There's nothing wrong with it. I just happen to like this a little better, even though the maps can be uglier and sometimes just downright whack tier, but that's just the way it is. Ooh, yeah. And just punch everything out. That was... see, back when I used to play this, I always tried to use my weapons, and I would keep running out of ammo, because there's not a whole lot of ammo on this level, to be honest. But the fact that they give you a Berserk pretty much gives you an excuse to punch everything, because there are no hit scanners on this level, which is really good, because it basically lets you punch everything as long as your footwork is good enough, because the imps are pretty easy to avoid. It's just when they take 2 hits, it's kind of annoying, because, you know, there's only a 20% chance that they're supposed to survive a Berserk punch. And sometimes demons can survive up to 4, which is really annoying. I like to punch the barrel and blow him up, although it can be risky, because sometimes you punch the barrel and it just blows up right there instead of flying away. I've always never liked that. But it's not super common, so that's good. I'll save those till I get the backpack, because I know it's on this map. Yeah, punching everything is just, it's fun. One thing, though, is that the punching range in Vanilla Doom and, you know, by proxy, Chocolate Doom, is not very long. You have to get pretty close to punch, and, you know, duh, you might think, but in Z-Doom it's actually really long. That makes maps like this a freaking cakewalk with just, you know, Berserk only. Basically Tysoning, as they call it. But yeah, it's because Z-Doom fixes a bug with the so-called the block map, which is basically used for hit detection. It's not so good. There's the hit map, block map can be pretty buggy in Chocolate Doom. Sometimes, or not Chocolate, but just Vanilla in general. Sometimes your shots will go through enemies, and, you know, the punching range isn't very long, stuff like that. And that was fixed in Z-Doom. And, you know, some people don't like the fact that it was fixed, but I really do, because I'd rather my shots actually hit the enemies than not. Oh, they were gonna fight each other. And plus, it makes Tysoning so much easier, because I just like to be able to blast them, because they came blasting. So yeah, I will always run out of ammo on this level, because I couldn't aim, I guess. I sucked at the game. Apparently this only comes down once, so you do have to get it while it's right there. Like I used all my plasma on the last map dealing with those demons. I still can't believe I managed to trigger that all ghosts bug. Apparently that's supposed to be really extraordinarily rare, and yet there it was. So I guess that's Bashe luck working in a bit of a positive manner, and oh, shut up. Did I really take damage from that? I like to use the plasma rifle for here, though, because it's a bit safer. Because that's a part where if I try to Tyson it, I don't end up doing too well. So by the time this is released, it's going to be the 11th, but this is being recorded before the 10th actually happens. I want to get them all recorded before the 10th, so I have time on the 10th to actually, you know, mess around with my friends, because apparently we want to do like a co-op through the game, you know, to celebrate the 20th, and I think that's really cool. But, you know, just so I have time free on the 10th, basically all day, I'm doing these LPs sooner than later. But, you know, it'll have already passed by the time this is uploaded. Episode 1 will be up on the 20th, and it makes the most sense that it would be, because the only episode that was available on the 10th of December 93 was Episode 1. 2 and 3 didn't come for another 6 days. This is another kind of striking visual I remember from my childhood, is these crushers in this hallway. It's just something that really stood out to me. I always liked this visual. And it's a shame that they were cut from the console versions, except for Super Nintendo Doom. Although I don't even think Super Nintendo Doom had this, because I don't think Super Nintendo Doom had crushers. But I I really don't remember at this point. I could fire up the game and find out, but that would mean having to play Super Nintendo Doom, which is a lot more trouble than it's worth, if you ask me. They can be a real pain in the keister. Alright, well now I can go back and get some extra goodies, including that backpack and the chain gun. I really would like to have the chain gun, because I really use it a lot. I think I use it more these days than I ever did before, and it's mostly because I just like to be able to deal with hit scanners efficiently rather than having them blast me repeatedly. I think if you fall in there, you're stuck. That was one thing that id kind of liked, is their inescapable lava and/or radiation pits. They just kind of, they're just there. It's kind of a screw you. But usually, I mean, now that I've played the game so many times, I know which ones I can get out of. I don't think there's any that I've, like, kind of forgotten. I'm going to open these one at a time so I can deal with the enemies a little more efficiently. You know, luckily I can still hit the switches. There's our first lost soul. Most annoying enemy in the game. Aha, the demon blocked you. That was cool. Luckily I can still press these while they're down. Did I just say that already? Sometimes I forget. Sigh! Yeah, this is, it's nice to be able to do this again. I'm really enjoying, you know, improving everything that was wrong with the first LP. Because, I mean, it wasn't horrible. I mean, it's certainly not great, but it was, there was just a lot of room for improvement, and I think I'm finally, you know, getting that out of the way. I mean, this one won't even be perfect when it's finished, but it's nice to finally just be able to have it done. Because since July, I had been planning to redo it, but I wanted to wait for the game's 20th anniversary, because it would have been more, I guess, eventful in that case. It would have actually been for something rather than just doing it for fun. And, you know, I'm glad to be doing this on this for its 20th anniversary, because I think the game really deserves it. It's a legendary game, and it's my favorite game of all time, honestly. It's just that good to me. Okay, now I can get that blue armor, and we can beat this map. Overall, this LP in total will probably be longer than the last one, but it's because I'm able to pace myself finally, rather than having to rush through everything like a madman trying to beat the 10-minute limit. It was that 10-minute limit, I tell you, it was kind of like my downfall for a while there. Okay, I'm just gonna shoot these guys because I don't want to risk taking any more damage, because you know, I just maxed out my armor, and I managed to pick that up and not open this without even trying. Because normally you're supposed to open a couple of compartments that have lost souls in them, but I managed to do it there without even doing that. Cool. So there we go.